Do you want to almost guarantee one raw divine drop each map you play? Then you better watch this video and know this is really not a clickbait. I tested it, I played it by myself, and I'm able to almost drop one raw divine each map I play, and from time to time almost two. And yesterday I dropped 4 raw divines in just one map. I got 5 breaches, yes, but it just shows that it's really possible to get almost 1 to 2 divine profit out of one single breach on the map. But you have to know how it's working so you can try it yourself and don't type shit now in the comments and say, no, this is just clickbait and this is not true. Try it, and I promise you, you will drop more raw divines if you also understand how this is working, the Atlas tree, because the Atlas tree is really, really huge if you know what he's doing exactly. And also, I talk about a bit of the breach, but this will be a separate video for the breach skilling and stuff like this. So we will start with something easy, you all know, and some of you maybe don't understand, because this will be an in-depth explanation on what is really important, and so you understand how you get really juicy maps to actually drop those divines, because it's in the end just mathematics. Okay, so let's start. We start on the Atlas tree with Deadly Evolution. You think, okay, why I want more modifiers on my rare mobs? You want them because for each modifier, the rare mob upgrades himself to a higher tier level of loot drop. I don't know how this is calculated correctly, but this is true. You want as many modifiers on a rare mob as you can possibly have, but not so much that you can kill him. But yeah, you get the idea, and this is pretty huge. And the first big note we have to take on the Atlas, because it gives us more chances to get into the higher tier currency loot from divines and perfect jeweler orbs, greater jeweler orbs, to drop those. And then we just path around here. Those are just notes we have to take with us, and it says it by itself. And the next big stop we have to take here and take a closer look, a really closer look, is this note over here, because it says 2% increased effect of explicit modifier on your waystone for each explicit modifier. So you have to know, in Path of Exile, there are 2 types of modifier an item can have. It can either have, it can have an implicit. This is basically something like on the dream fragments, the cold resistance. If you also press Alt, you see it's the implicit, and the prefixes and the suffixes are always the explicits. And you can have up to 6 on a normal item and up to 8 or 10 on a corrupted item. Not an item that you can wear, but on a map in this term. Okay, so now we know what explicit modifier are. You can understand the value of this and why you always, and this is the first big cheat that you have to do now to get more loot out of your maps, is when you have maps that have like an open prefix and an open suffix, you always want to have at least 6 modifiers on the map, because each modifier gives you 2% increase on all modifiers. And if you have a map with like a 14 increased quantity, and you can get 12%, and you can increase the 14% by 12%, it's not that much, but it's just stacking up the quantity, and we just starting on the very bottom here to stack up the quantity for our maps that we have 250 plus quantity. Because also a big thing, I just throw this in now, rarity is good, but if you overstack it, it's useless. You have to have a good amount of rarity. This also includes the rarity on the map itself. So if you carry on your gear, like I currently, 160% rarity, 163% rarity, and I get a map with like 100%, I'm almost close to the 300. And there are a lot of videos out there that explain that at a certain point, it doesn't matter how much rarity, but some rarity is good, and we can stack this rarity over the maps when you don't have it on your gear, so you have at least some rarity on it. And I will show you how this will work out then. So if we now understand, okay, I get 12% increased effect on each other effect. This is huge because it also affects the number of rare monster and the number of magic monster that are spawned in the map. And this also affects the breach. So in your breach also, your breach will also contain more rare monster than usual because it's affected by the map modifiers. And if we can boost this up, it's perfect. And this brings us to the next point. So we path over here, just increase effect of Explicit's modifier. It's the same like this, but this is the big bonus. And some of you probably don't know. Now you know. So then we have another big node here, but it doesn't matter at all. It's self-explaining. Then we have here another big node, but it's also self-explaining. And now we come to unstable energize. And this is where the, excuse me, where first the RNG kicks in, and second, our big juicy maps. It says Waystones have a 25% more effect of prefix modifiers or suffix modifiers when opening a map. So this can either be good or bad, because when you have like maps where the mobs have like 50% elemental resistance, and you proc the suffix because it's a suffix on the map, then you will have a lot more resistance on the mob. And if you don't have the gear like I do, because I don't give a shit about anything, you can join my stream and check out how I run my maps, and I will upload a gameplay of how I run maps. And I just basically brain face tank all of it. I just run in. Doesn't matter if it has burning grounds or something else, or the mobs have like 100 elemental resistance and 100 increased life. I just kill them, and I loot the whole map, and I don't die. And it's so insane what my build is currently able to. It's insane. So this is the next big node, because when we now hit the prefixes, it all will increase by 25% more. And you have to know, in Path of Exile, there are two different types. You have increase and you have more. And more is always applied at the very end and multiplied by the whole increased. If you just get increased, it's just stacking up the increased value. So when you have like 200% or like 120% increase, and you get 10% increase, then you just have 130. When you get 10% more, the more will always affect the 120 or 30% increase you have, and adds that on top. So it's always scaling better to have more than just increase. So this is huge, because when this hits, you probably have like maps with 150 to 160 quant without the other things I talk about now. So, and the next thing, the next big node is Remnants of Power, because 20% chance of double effect from the tablets on your maps. So when if you want to approach maps, I show you my current situation where I at. So I path all of the way, like, okay, it's buggy over here. Okay, so I pathed from up here down to this area to play my maps here. You see, I played all of the maps here, and it was just juicy maps and so many divines. It's amazing. It's just jealous. So, and I passed this area because you also want to look for good maps. You don't want to play any breach map which has a bad layout because you don't want to risk your luck on a 2 or 4% on a 10 or 4 breach map. So you always want to play the really, really open fielded maps and really good maps. So as you can see, I have, here's a Savannah, but it has 2 less juice. So maybe I come back to here to just play this map. No, I won't. But I have the Citadel. I will play here. If you see, I have a crypt over here with 76% increased quantity and 38% increased monster rare density. But you know, crypt is just shit. If you have, and I had it, a 10 breach map on crypt, you just fucked, you just wasted your luck, and on a map that don't even have the potential to drop you a 1 divine. So this is the next big secret and thing you have to know and to take care about. If you approach these areas over here, or maybe I have a cell over here, when you approach these areas over here and want to play your juicy maps, just give me a sec, and want to play these maps, you always want to play the good maps. Like this crypt map over here wasn't affected by my towers at all because I used it to go to the towers. I first go here and make my way all to the towers. Then I play all of the maps around I don't want to play because in this area I have the most juice. And then I have like pretty good maps like Woodland or Blooming Field or Steppe. It's so amazing, and another Steppe, and those are really, really valuable because you have to know that the breach is working like it needs open field to really get to his potential, to drop you a lot of currency, and also you need a lot of increased rare monster on your map and quantity, because quantity is the key and the only way how you can be able to really force dropping divines on your maps. And like I said, this is this area, and I will make a separate video about this because I have maybe a new area over here I will check out in today's stream, and then I maybe show you how I approach this area, and and show you also the loot then maybe. Yes. Okay. Let's go back to the last notes on the atlas because it's really important to know this. Okay. So if you know 20% in chance to double the effects. So that means when you have a 80% quant map, this procs you have 160% quant just base, and then this kicks in with unstable energize, and this kicks also in. And then we are talking about divine maps. When you hit like you can drop divines in 150 plus quantity maps, more recent than below, and above 200 or 300 even. When you have an open map, you will drop shit ton of loot, because now you also want the tablet effects, because all of these nodes give you 8% increased effect on your tablets, which is just massive. It's 40% increased effect. And then this node over here is also pretty important, and you have to use it because it's 3% increased effect of explicit modifier on your waystone for each tower affecting map area. It means basically that when you open your map device over here and you see that these areas here are affected. Just a second, please. And if you see that this map over here is affected by 4 to 5 towers that are just increasing the chance, not the chance, increasing the effects of the modifiers, of the 6 modifiers on your map. So when you have 5 towers, you get another 15% increased effect on your explicit modifier on your map, and this is massive and huge. And this is all for the video today. I promise you, if you do this skill tree, and this guy is such annoying. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. If it's not paying 77 now, I'm really sad. And like I said, this will for real drop you raw divines on the map. And yeah, enjoy it, and I will keep you updated about this. Bye. Thanks for watching.